Hey guys, this is Amanda, Mood Disordered Mind, and today I wanted to talk about codependency. I'm just going to read from a couple papers here about codependency and what it is, and there's one that has statements to the effect of being codependent, so you can go through those and just do a mental checklist of whether you do or you don't. The more yeses you have, the more likely you exhibit codependent behaviors. And also just recovery patterns of what codependence is. So let's get started. Codependency. Codependency is a learned behavior that often cycles from one generation to the next. Codependency affects one's ability to have fulfilling, happy relationships. Many professionals see it as relationship addiction. Persons suffering from codependency often have emotionally destructive or abusive relationships. Their relationships are often very one-sided. Codependency is learned by imitating behavior exhibited by other family members who display codependent behaviors. Several years ago, codependency became a term used to describe the behaviors of the spouse of a substance abuser. The following is a list of statements a codependent person may feel. My good feelings about who I am depend on my receiving approval from you. Your problems affect my serenity. My attention is focused on solving your problems. My mental attention is focused on pleasing you. My self-esteem is bolstered by receiving your pain and solving your problems. My interests are ignored while my time is spent sharing your interests. I ask you what you want. I am not aware of what I want. My fear of your rejection determine what I say and do. My circle of friends diminishes as I become more involved with you. I compromise my values in order to connect with you. I value your opinion more than I value my own. If your quality of life is poor, the quality of my life will also be poor. What is codependency? My good feelings about who I am stem from being liked by you. About who I am stem from receiving approval from you. Your struggles affect my serenity. My mental attention focuses on solving your problems or relieving your pain. My mental attention is focused on pleasing you, is focused on protecting you, is focused on manipulating you to do it my way. My self-esteem is bolstered by solving your problems, is bolstered by relieving your pain. My own hobbies and interests are pushed aside. My time is spent sharing your interests and hobbies. Your clothing and personal appearance is dictated by my desires, as I feel you are a reflection of me. Your behavior is dictated by my desired, as I feel you are a reflection of me. I am not aware of how I feel. I am aware of how you feel. I am not aware of what I want. I ask you what you want. If I am not aware, I assume. The dreams I have for my future are linked to you. My fear of rejection determines what I say or do. Of your anger determines what I say or do. I use giving as a way of feeling safe in our relationship. My social circle diminishes as I involve myself with you. I put my values aside in order to connect with you. I value your opinion and way of doing things more than my own. The quality of my life is in relation to the quality of yours. Casey, can you get me my water over there on the table by the chair, please?
Okay.
Okay, so here are over there by the chair. Here are some statements that might apply to somebody who is codependent, and basically it's just a checklist. You check yes or no. Thank you. And the more yeses you have, the more codependent you are. Alright, so I'll just read right through them. I overcommit myself. I feel compelled or forced to help other people's feelings, thoughts, actions, needs, and well-being. I feel compelled or forced to help other people solve their problems. I take pride in creating calm out of chaotic situations. I try to please others and not myself. I try to control events and influence how other people should behave. I find it difficult to express feelings and make decisions. I have difficulty following a project through from beginning to end. I have difficulty having fun. I tend to ignore problems and pretend they aren't happening. I feel worthless if I'm not productive. I feel uncomfortable when people compliment me or praise me. I feel trapped in relationships. I wish I had more time for exercise, hobbies, or sports. I become overly anxious when receiving a job promotion or when changing a job. I lie and exaggerate when it would be just as easy to tell the truth. I constantly seek approval and affirmation from others. I am afraid of my own anger. I tend to look for needy people to take care of. I tend to keep my feelings to myself and put up a good front. I often procrastinate and make excuses for not performing. I am chronically late to meetings, appointments, and other engagements. I frequently feel tired and lack energy. I feel that if I don't get along with my supervisor at work, it's my fault. I am unwilling to take risks. I tend to spend money compulsively. I take tranquilizers, work, smoke, or drink too much. I use food as a way to medicate my feelings. I have lost interest in sex. I frequently have medical problems such as colitis, ulcers, hypertension, bronchial, asthma, headaches, or backaches. I am accident prone. For example, I have frequent bruises, fractures, or burns. I have fears of abandonment, loneliness, and rejection. I lack belief in a power greater than myself. I tend to minimize problems, rationalize, and frequently say, yes, but. Okay, this last one is recovery patterns of codependence. And it talks about what the behavior is that of codependence, and then like if once you get to a place where you like when you're going through recovery, you can get to this other place. So it's like before and after. So one side says codependence, the other side says recovery, and then on the side it has boxes of what each of these fit into. So the first one under codependence and recovery is denial patterns. So I'll read that. Codependence. I have difficulty identifying what I am feeling. Recovery. I am aware of my feelings and identify them often in the moment. I minimize, alter, or deny how I truly feel. I embrace my feelings as being valid and important. I am truthful with myself. I perceive myself as being completely unselfish and dedicated to the well-being of others. I keep my focus on my own well-being. I know the difference between caring and caretaking. The next one is in low self-esteem patterns. I have difficulty making decisions. This is under codependence. I judge everything I think, say, or do harshly as never good enough. I am embarrassed to receive recognition, praise, or gifts. I do not ask others to meet my needs or desires. I value others' approval of my thinking, feelings, and behavior over my own. I do not perceive myself as a lovable or worthwhile person. And under recovery, I trust my ability to make effective decisions. I accept myself as I am. I emphasize progress over perfection. I feel appropriately worthy of the recognition, praise, or gifts I receive. I meet my own needs and wants when possible. I reach out for help when it's necessary and appropriate. I have confidence in myself. I no longer seek others' approval of my thoughts, feelings, or behaviors. I recognize myself as being a lovable and valuable person. The next one is compliance patterns under codependence. I compromise my own values and integrity to avoid rejection or others' anger. I am very sensitive to how others are feeling and feel the same. I am extremely loyal, remaining in harmful situations too long. I value others' opinions and feelings more than my own, and am afraid to express differing opinions and feelings of my own. I put aside my own interests and hobbies in order to do what others want. I accept sex when I want love. And under recovery, it says, I am rooted in my own values even if others don't agree or become angry. I can separate my feelings from the feelings of others. I am committed to my safety and recovery work. I leave situations that feel unsafe or are inconsistent with my goals. I respect my own opinions and feelings and express them appropriately. I consider my own interests first when asked to participate in another's plans. My sexuality is grounded in genuine intimacy and connection. I know the difference between lust and love. And the last one is under control patterns. So, under codependence, I believe most other people are incapable of taking care of themselves. I attempt to convince others of what they should think and how they truly feel. I become resentful when others will not let me help them. I freely offer others advice and directions without being asked. I lavish gifts and favors on those I care about. I use sex to gain approval and acceptance. I have to be needed in order to have a relationship with others. And under recovery, I realize that with rare exceptions, other adults are capable of managing their own lives. My job is to let them. I accept and value the differing thoughts, feelings, and opinions of others. I feel comfortable when I see others take care of themselves. I am a compassionate and empathic listener, giving advice only if directly asked. I carefully and honestly contemplate my motivations when preparing to give a gift. I feel loved and accepted for myself just the way I am. I develop relationships with others based on equality, intimacy, and balance. So that's just an overview of what codependence is, and there are many people out there who fall under this completely. They're in it right now, and it's not easy to get out of a situation like that. It takes a lot of work. You know, there's a lot of CBT and DBT skills that need to be learned and used, and, you know, self-esteem building, and you know, if there's a substance abuse problem, that needs to be addressed too. So there's a lot of factors. It's not just like this is it and this is all codependence. I mean, codependence can also occur in families where there is no substance abuse in the house. You know, it's not just black and white. There's a lot of gray factors here, you know, but some people don't even realize that they have codependence tendencies until they actually hear it out loud and they realize, wow, I do that. I never realized, you know. And it's not saying that, like when it said giving a gift to somebody, you know, because you care about that person, you know, and you want them to be happy. It's not, let's not say that giving a gift to somebody or a significant other, or when you're in a relationship like this, they're not saying that just giving something because you care is codependency. What they're saying is that if you only give a gift to be accepted, or you're only doing it to please them, you never get anything in return. You know, when it's all about the other person and never about you, you know, everything you do is centered around that person's existence and not your own. So you lose yourself in that particular relationship, you know, because you think, or you may feel that you won't be happy, or you won't be satisfied, or that person won't be happy or satisfied you step out and do something for yourself. It's always about them. So, not that that's a bad thing to make the other person in the relationship something about them, but when it's all the time and it takes away from your identity, then you have a problem, So I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you do think that you might have codependence issues, I can't remember the name of the woman who wrote the book, but there's a book called Codependency No More. It's either Codependence No More or Codependency No More. And it came out a while ago, but it's actually a really good book. I actually haven't read it, but I've met a lot of people who actually have read the book because they were going through recovery, and that was something that they picked up, and they said that it was an excellent book. So, go out and see if you can get that from the library or something, or maybe get it real cheap on Amazon or something like that, and just, read up about it, and just, if you're in the situation and you see this video, or you've or that this is true of yourself, I don't want you to think that I'm saying, oh, just go read this book and you're going to be fine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just hoping that this is, a start. Like, you see this, or, you go and read that book and you start to build the foundation of putting yourself back together, in a sense, putting yourself first, putting your needs, wants, and desires first without feeling that you're being selfish, and then take it one step at a time. And it involves therapy and a lot of work and dedication. So I hope you guys like this, and I hope this is something that helps you. And if you can get a hold of that book, if you're interested, definitely try reading it, and see if it can help you in some way. Alright, well, I am going to let you guys go. I'm not sure how long I've been talking. Oh, 17 minutes. Okay, well, I'm going to end this now. Alright, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.